Okay, the first topic that we're going to talk about is bookings. It's really the heart of your business. You know, that's where you're going to get your cooking shows started going, and that's how you're going to keep your business going. So the best way, you know, because your business is your own. Like, the great part about this business is you get to make your own schedule. So that's one of the things that attracted me, because I do have a full-time job. So I'm able to work this around my, you know, my full-time job. So the key to making sure that it's flexible for you is controlling your calendar. So, like, you'll get a consultant planner. It usually comes towards the end of the year for the coming year. So everybody will probably be getting these, like, you know, in November, early December. And it's just a great tool to help you keep your calendar. So, like, the key is, you know, to have, like, I know Kelly uses, like, Post-it notes to just mark off dates that she's working. You know, and you want to do that first. You want to mark off all the days that you have kids' games, appointments, you know, because you don't want to accidentally book a show for a date that you didn't intend to work and then have to turn around and reschedule that person. You know, you want to just have all your personal commitments in your calendar and then set your working days and just go from there. And then another option, like Kelly loves her planner, and that's a great way to do it, but another option is I keep everything in my cell phone, like in my calendar. So I keep my calendar completely in my phone. It gives you just little dots to let you know when things are booked, and then I know my working days, so I just kind of keep it that way. So regardless of what way you choose to do it, whether it be a planner, you know, on your phone, whatever, just make sure you stay consistent and, you know, plan out your days accordingly. And, you know, if you don't want to work on Sundays, don't book a party on a Sunday and be like, oh, I'll make that exception for you. Because what's going to happen is you'll book that party on a Sunday, and then the people will see you there on a Sunday, and they're like, oh, Sundays work best for me. I want to do a Sunday. And then here you're going to book 3 or 4 shows on a Sunday, and you didn't intend to want to work on Sundays to begin with. But they see you that day, so they anticipate you work that day. So, you know, if Sundays are really a day that you don't want to work, then, you know, like Sundays Kelly doesn't work. And if somebody has to have a Sunday show, then, you know, she'll pass the show on to somebody else on the team, or find somebody that can do it on a Sunday because she doesn't want to work on Sundays. So, you know, that's just another key to controlling your calendar. You know, and as you start doing your cooking shows, you'll continue to add shows to your calendar. So we'll talk about, like, different ways a little bit later on to do plant booking seeds, you know, and talking about, like, hosting a show and, you know, kind of in your cooking show to get people excited about having a show. Right now, if you could turn to your green book. Everybody has their green book that they got with their new consultant kit. We're going to turn to page 10 and 11. And that's where you're going to find your list of 100. And your list of 100 is a great, yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
We'll zoom into that. So
this is going to be a
7.
great, no, 10 and 11.
10 and 11, sorry, page
Just
10 and 11.
This is a great way to start brainstorming where you're going to get, like, your first 4 to 6 shows from. You know, because this is just gives you all these different categories of people that you can think of to start asking, you know, and contacting about having a party. And this is also a great tool, like, say if you have a host that's like, well, I don't know anybody, you know, you can fill this out, but you can also do this as a verbal activity with them to be like, well, let's brainstorm some people and, you know, try to come up with, like, a guest list. You know, because you might be able to give them some categories of people that they never thought to invite. So it's not only a great tool for you, but it's a great tool when you're, you know, host coaching and, you know, helping your host out as well. And when you get this all filled out and you're starting to contact people to have a party, there's 2 different ways that, well, there's one way that we want you to ask people. Because, like, typically people think of it like, you know, when they first start out, they're like, oh, well, I need to ask all these people to do favors for me. You know, but so you might say something like, oh, hey, you know, would you have a party for me? You know, like, you know, I really need people to help me get parties booked and stuff. And then, oh, yeah, you know. So that way it seems like they're doing you a favor. But if you come in, like, offering a service, you can turn it around where you're doing them a favor. You know, like, hey, Kelly, you know, I just started a new Pampered Chef business, And I'd love to teach you and your friends one of these great new recipes that I just learned. They're so fast and easy, and you can have dinner ready in like 30 minutes. Does that sound like something you might be interested in? So there's a complete 180 there, or 360, I guess. All the way around. But on your word choices, and it's no longer they're doing you a favor by helping you have a party. You're doing them a favor by teaching them and their friends new recipes, and they're getting free products. So, it's just all on your word choices that you make. So definitely we'll put that in the email that we send out tonight. Just the words to use, like when you're talking to people from your list of 100 about booking parties. I think that's just about it for our first section on bookings.